I love that Burnie said, let's just all go out at once, and he didn't come out.
You have,
He's over there somewhere.
you have a question, buddy?
Gas from down here.
We'll start over here.
We're not taking questions yet, sir. That microphone is not on.
I said like before I came out, turn on the Q&A mic right there, and I pointed at it. They go, okay, and I walked as slow as I could, and they still couldn't get it on. Can I just do the whole podcast from out here?
Sure.
But it's 10 a.m., so I'm gonna sit down.
All right.
Hi, where are you from?
Nebraska.
Nebraska's not that good.
It's like 4 people from Nebraska.
Yay, Nebraska! Cornhuskers!
Before we really get into it, I have to do this. I want to remind everyone. I want to let everyone know this podcast is brought to you by. I'm really excited that Fallout Shelter is sponsored. No, don't offense to Truck Club. Truck Club's been great. Love them. Wearing their pants right now. I'll show you their pants later. But been playing the hell out of. Take them off. They're staying on. I had these jeans picked for me by my stylist.
You have a stylist?
Have you not heard the fucking ad?
Well, I know the ad, but I mean, do they have someone specifically
It's
for you?
part of the ad. They pick you a stylist for you.
Wow, that's
Gus,
cool.
is this the first time we've ever been sponsored by a video game ever?
No, we did. We've done some. We did Dirty Bomb on the patch.
Oh, right. But the podcast, so this is the first time ever, right?
Podcast, maybe. Yeah,
Do you
I'm
think-
gonna say yes.
So it literally took 8 years for a podcast that talks about video game to get a video game sponsor. That's got to be a record of some kind.
I thought someone had put beer up here, but it's root beer.
It's pretty
No,
tasty.
I take it back. It's
That should be
alcoholic
illegal.
root beer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not.
I really want 2 mics. No. Okay, no, here you go.
So welcome everyone to
Testing,
the
testing.
Rooster Teeth podcast.
Hey!
I don't know what I was thinking when I told Barbara that 10 a.m. was okay for this.
And she's not even
Done.
on it.
She's not even on it.
That's
sleeping.
why she's not on it.
Oh, do introductions, guys?
Oh, sure, why not? I'm Gus.
Gavin.
Jack.
I'm Joel.
And I'm Burnie Burns.
Actually, you know what? The way that Joel acts at RTX every year, it actually wouldn't be surprising if I was Joel and I had like a zipper costume and I came out as
Pull
Joel.
the mask off.
Yeah. What time did you guys line up for this?
Oh,
I
they
don't
lined
know.
up at.
I heard a 6:30 in there. Did I hear?
I six fingers up in the air.
I got 6. Can I get 5? Can I get 5? There's a 5 right here. Can I get 4? All right, that's
All right,
enough of that.
show me some hands if you lined up at about 7. Show me some hands. Okay, show me some hands if you lined up at about 5. Okay, we're not gonna be like 5 a.m. funny. You guys, that was too early. It's not gonna be worth it. Sorry. 7 a.m. You guys are fucking golden. We're good.
You want to see something cool that I noticed doing some panels and stuff? Show of hands or make some noise if this is your first RTX. That's pretty badass.
I
Like-
guess so. What I learned is none of you are gonna be back next year, apparently.
That's exactly what I thought. Like we're doing something wrong.
I'm just blown away by how many new people we have at RTX this year. It's really, really awesome.
I'm just imagining
Please come back.
30,000 people from last year at home on a live stream going, fuck you.
5 a.m.?
Idiots. I just rolled out of bed.
You know, one of the things we did talk about on the podcast, talk about a lot, is I'm sure most of you is probably the first time you've come to Austin. Would that be correct as well? Yeah? So welcome to the city full of traffic jams and lines.
That is directly under the sun.
Yeah. And it's weird because usually it's like some big event downtown that causes all of the congestion in Austin, and it's awesome to be, this is the one weekend a year where we're the cause of all that bullshit.
No, fuck it. We have to suffer through all the other bullshit. Everyone else can suffer through this.
Time to inflict some pain. on
Right.
town.
There's always like the dumbest events in downtown Austin. Like there's like a chili festival in a week.
There's literally an ice cream festival right now.
You got really excited about that.
Super excited. I'm just super excited because I want to go to the ice cream festival. It's like people from all over the U.S. coming here to compete in ice cream competitions, I guess.
Ice creaming.
Yeah.
It's also the hottest days of the year, too.
I would just love to like go to a guy who's come all the way from like Maine with his trailer and setup and just go, do you have vanilla?
Vanilla's like the cheese pizza of ice cream.
It is. It is.
It's like the most pure way to tell if an ice cream's good or not.
Do you do that? Do you, like, whenever I go to a new pizza place, I always order the cheese pizza. And I don't, like, even though it's not my favorite kind of pizza, it's like I feel like I have to find out what their version of cheese
So
pizza
you need
is.
to like find your pizza benchmark. Right. It's just cheese pizza.
Yeah.
It's like you're
Pizza bar.
calibrating your pizza taste to them
Yeah.
with cheese pizza.
Anybody get a chance to go to Home Slice Pizza while you're here? Yeah. My hat. Love that place.
So I think that this was from Martin. Thank you, Martin.
Avocado? Oh.
Acevedo.
So from Martin Avocado. Thank you, Martin Avocado. We were backstage talking right before the panel, and Dan was back there with Gavin, and
Dan's face, he looks really worried now.
oh, there he is.
He should be.
Dan was talking about how good his breakfast taco was.
Oh.
And,
Tag is.
and Gavin looked at him and said, "That sounds wrong.
Yeah.
You're becoming one of us."
It's happened. But it's not even an English word though, really, so
You're right.
it's just wrong, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's strange to me that you have now been here so long that we're indoctrinating you, and that you're.
I'm
One
okay
of
with
us.
it. I'll take it.
I can't wait until you're like you've fully lost the British accent.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
Happened to Laser Team. Kind of lost it a little bit,
But-
worked very hard to lose it. When Gavin had to go through American accent training for Laser Team,
He loved it, too.
yeah, he loved it. He had to learn how to say words like yeehaw and pew pew pew. He was really worried about losing his British accent. You know who else was worried about it? Meg was very worried that you were going to lose your British accent.
It's all I have.
That's what British guys are known for. Accents, not big dicks. So, but
No, it's true. Dan can vouch for him.
Yeah.
About my penis?
Yeah.
well, we actually saw that whole Americanization process happen much more quickly with Ben. Everybody say hi to Ben. Ben, stand up. Say hello.
Jarman.
Ben was here, was about 90 days. He was here on a tourist visa, and he spent time with us in the office. The first time he came to visit, I think he was just like 11. And the first night I took him, he ate two things the entire time he was in the U.S. He ate Chipotle and brownies, and that was it. That was 100% of his diet.
That was the first time. The second time was Domino's Pizza and Chicken Nuggets.
That's what he stayed at your
Yeah,
house.
that was when he was at my house.
He expanded his palate. But the first night he was in town, and we went to go see Wanted, like the Angelina Jolie movie at the Alamo. And he orders a Coke, and they give him this, like in a cup, though. It's like, boom. And he's got this big, like, gallon-sized soft drink. And he was 11, so he's, like, holding it. He goes, "Is this for one person?" And I said, "Ben, you're in America. That comes with free refills." And that was his first night, his first experience with, the culinary habits in America. By the end of his trip, less than 3 months later, we're in Chipotle, of course, and he's looking at his plate of tacos. There's 3 per order. And he goes, 3 tacos is not enough. But 6 tacos is too many. They should give you 5 tacos. And I said, "Congrats, Ben, you're now officially an American."
He was probably talking about tacos.
Have you eaten at Chipotle since you've been here, Ben? It's closed on Saturdays and Sundays. So he attempted.
They close at the weekend?
That's like so sad, like the British kid outside the Chipotle when it's closed. It's like the world's worst Paddington Bear book ever.
When we were working downtown at the downtown studio, that was one of my bigger complaints, was that Chipotle closes like at 5 p.m. and it's not open on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
So when we'd be working later, working on the weekend, there was just like gone. It just wasn't a possibility. They're paying for the fucking space. Why don't they sell a goddamn taco?
Make some money. Man, speaking of the old office, have you seen it lately?
Yeah, there's a giant hole in the side.
Yeah, it's missing the roof.
No, it's gone. The roof's gone, and like half of the building is gone too. Yeah.
So for those who don't know, like I think this is 3 or 4 offices ago, we were down at 7th and Congress, like blocks from here, so you can walk by and see the shell of our old building if you want to.
Yeah, it's the one where we started producing RT shorts for the first time.
That was
and
season 6, 7, and 8 of Red vs. Blue, right? That Achievement Hunter
Yeah.
started there.
Yep. We always like moved like right the day we finished like some big milestone in Red vs. Blue. We'd immediately move the next day. And
Yeah, episode 100, and then we all packed up.
yeah, and then Jeff was always out of town conveniently whenever we're moving. It was really heartwarming to see that when the Achievement Hunter office was moved this last time, that Gavin was out of town, so that you got
Just
to
left
avoid the
his
move.
stuff. It was awesome.
Trust me, I heard all about it. That his stuff was left.
It's amazing how quickly the vultures came out and
Oh, they picked that office clean.
took your office apart. Like, like anytime you walk by now, there's like it's filled with people.
Oh yeah. It's sad. There's still holes in the wall and there's paint. Like there's marker stuff on the wall. Did we ever release the video of Jeff using the golf club to hit the marker box?
Yeah, it was in a Minecraft video.
There's still
The,
like spray on the wall from that.
The carpet is pretty interesting in there. Like it's pretty minging carpet all the way around, but my little corner is just like a dark stain. It's like what what happened to my desk?
Someone murdered a bag of chips.
Did someone say too much cock? Was it?
There's no such thing. So it's been a fun RTX so far. We're on the final day here. It was really fun.
You said that like the lamest way ever, so it's been really fun.
I'm tired.
So full of energy
Except
right
I
now.
saw people.
It was all great except for the kind of funny panel yesterday, when Greg Miller hit me over the head with a bottle.
Okay, so I heard about that. What happened?
He had asked me months ago if I would be on his panel. I said, sure. He said, can we break a fake bottle over your head? I said, fine, no problem. And it wasn't until we're coming out here, we're backstage, I think, has he ever done this before? Does he know how to actually hit someone with the bottle? I said, I'm sure he's done it. He does like all that wrestling stuff, and I know he's done it before. We get on stage and, whatever. Then he gets up the bottle to hit me, and he hits me totally wrong with it.
Really? What?
Yeah, he hit me right here on the temple, and he hit me way too hard with like the bottom ring part instead of like the meaty part.
What did he do? He came in like this, wham, like that?
And it cut me. I don't know if you can see like all the
Oh,
little
I can.
cuts
Shit, yeah.
up on my temple. And so I fell to the ground, acting like I was hurt, and I'm laying there and thought, my face is wet. And I kind of reach up like, I'm covered in blood.
Were you really?
Yeah, so I had to like get up. I was like, I need an EMT. And I ran off stage into the bathroom, and then I didn't want anyone to be worried, so I was like just trying to clean it as quickly as possible. And I regret not taking a picture of my bloodied face in the bathroom.
No.
I like the idea of you acting like you're hurt and you're on the floor like this. You're like, wow, I'm a really good actor. This is going really
But luckily, my PA Michelle had a bunch of Band-Aids and alcohol wipes, and was
Really?
I ate a couple of those.
What is your RTX like that your PA carries Band-Aids and like?
I have no idea. She just had them. I was like, has she had these every year? Like just waiting for this? But no.
She has a fucking adrenaline needle. Yeah, she did it.
But I wiped it all off and came back out to the panel, and then I sat down, like, whatever, like trying to make a joke of it. And then like part through the panel, I started feeling really nauseous. I was like,
concussion.
Like, I wonder if I have a head injury. And I started like freaking out, like, is this the kind of thing where like, oh, he should have gone to the doctor?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
The case study. Like, see what happens.
right.
Yeah, I mean, I used one of those bottles on Dan once, and I'd never used one before at all, so I just smashed him over the head. I almost cut his ear in half. Like, it was so sharp, and his ear was like, whoop.
Oh.
It actually still looks kind of weird.
After that happened, people kept saying, don't you remember that Gavin used one of those on Dan and it hurt his ear? I was like, oh, right, yeah. I should have thought about that. So it was great, but unfortunately Greg Miller is no longer with us.
Yeah. He's been escorted from the premises.
Town Lake somewhere.
Did you get a Greg Miller apology?
Oh, yeah, the guy does not stop apologizing.
Did he kind of apologize?
He almost
Right,
killed
okay.
you. You know, I'm kind of curious now that you said that. Where's Marcy? Is Marcy around here? Hey, Marcy. This is my PA, Marcy. She helps me like get from place to place. Everything. So, Marcy, Gus's PA really cares about his safety and his health and carries Band-Aids. Do you carry Band-Aids for me? You do? Because so far it's been like 100% just snacks being handed to me. Which I really like. She's like, here's a granola bar. I'm like, thank you.
I like how we all have different relationships with our PAs. My one's called Charles. Get up,
My
Charles.
one is called Charles.
There it is. And yesterday I required something from Charles, and it was a bet. I bet him $100 that I couldn't pour 2 jars of maple syrup into his pockets. And it was really cool too. Like I emptied the whole thing into his pocket, and he was like, "Oh, it's sticky and kind of cold." But we couldn't see anything until he raised his leg, and it all squirted through the tears. I was like, "Oh my god!" And we made a video. It was lovely.
It was funny 'cause I called Gavin out on that take because I just had seen the video being taped from the side. I go, "You're making your PA stand there while you pour syrup in his pockets." I go, "You look like such a fucking douchebag doing that." And he goes, "Well, did I look like a douchebag when I gave him $100?" I said, "Yes!" Even more
we
so.
agreed to it. It was like, yeah, we'll do this together. Also, he is the same PA I had last year, so he actually flew all the way back, so he knew what he was getting into.
So now he's calling you
Stockholm
dumb, too. On top of everything else.
Yeah, I also had the same PA as last year, and I used to do this thing. I didn't do it this year because she taught me differently. But last year, I kept trying to hide from her. It's like we'd be sitting down, and I'd just get up and like try to run down a hall and disappear into another room. She would always find me. So this year I learned, I was like, I'm just not even going to try. Like,
So Katie let me know that Michelle's actually a nurse, so that's probably the best person to follow you around.
yeah,
So.
apparently Barbara knew, or whoever assigned Michelle to me knew and understood. I would need medical attention at some point.
Nice.
It's my paper thin skin. It's easily cut by sugar.
Greg Miller's in for a shock next year when he shows up. It's like, "Here's your PA. His name is Michael Jones."
So you guys have all had the same PA. I've gone through 3 different PAs. I've got Suppy this year, who's down there. Hello. She's awesome.
So is it that they don't want anything to do with you for
I
the
don't know.
second year?
Well, one was Tim Leftwich 2 years ago. He works
we
with us
hired
now.
him.
Yeah,
I felt-
that was a mistake.
Man, I felt
No,
I felt
he's great.
really bad.
Why is that?
So we had the concert last night with Jeff Williams, Casey Williams Video Game Orchestra, and Bare Naked Ladies.
And you felt bad about the concert?
Well,
You're really
know
bad
that
at hyping
the,
stuff.
The show was great. So it was crazy because the line wrapped literally around one city block.
Wow.
And we learned that 3/4 of a city block is 1,200 people.
Nice.
But after the show had started, I want to say like at 8:10, Tim Leftwich showed up at the door with a couple of friends, and I was like, "There aren't any seats left, Tim. I'm really sorry." I had to turn him away at the door.
Oh, Gus.
Yeah, but
Well, listen, you guys warned us about
That's
the
true.
though, at Monday meeting. They said, "Look, it's like we'll try to save seats for staff, but we get 15 minutes out from the show. We're going to give away every seat we have available to people that are waiting in line."
It was packed. We got as many people in as possible, and it was a great show. I hope everyone got in. It was really hard because we had these little tickets that we could hand to people in line, so we knew how many people could get into the theater. And once we ran out of tickets, we were out of seats. And we do that thing where at the very end you're unsure of exactly how many seats you have. So we handed out the last ticket, and we told the last few people, like, maybe you can get in if you wait a few more minutes. We'll see how it goes, and we were able to squeeze in as many as possible. Cool.
I know it's like a surreal experience because we know Ed quite well. I've seen him a bunch of times, and I like him. He's a nice guy. But last night in the middle of a song, he changed the lyric. The word was gravity, and he changed it to Gavin free, and it made me like all warm and gooey inside. I was like, "Oh, that was so cool." But I used to listen to him when I was a kid and stuff, and then he's singing my name on
It's like
stage.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said this year. So they're pretty much as old as you are. Because
They
said
started
this
in
year-
1988, and so did I.
but not in Canada.
No.
Yeah, they're going to be 27 years together as a band.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's crazy. Yeah.
It's amazing. God.
It's interesting too because I was at dinner the other night with it was with Matt and Ed, and then Alan Richardson was in town he had to do some ADR, and then he was on the Laser Team panel that we did. Anybody go to the Laser Team panel? That was a fun one. And I realized there's a common thing here. This isn't funny at all. Just somebody noticed. Is that all 3 of them are like married to their high school sweethearts. Like they all 3 of them are. I'm divorced. I guess that's
Their tour manager came out last night, before the show started. He came out and he's like, "Hey, we're all set. We're super excited for the show. are there any like phrases or words or like catchphrases that the band should know that way they can work it into songs? I said, I think Ed's got it covered. I wouldn't worry. Like he gets it. He knows. He's really, really invested in part
There
of
was
it.
a little bit of talk at dinner about busting out the old Captain Dynamic suit.
Oh man.
Yeah. To see if Ed could fit in it, and he goes, "Fuck off." There was no way he was going to try to fit in that thing. That was actually, Ed was in the very first live action thing that we ever did, and that was Captain Dynamic. And he came down for that, yeah. Captain Dynamics was a blast. He loves that character so much. And
He refused to take that thing off. He would wear it and go and get coffee and stuff.
Yeah.
And like doing all his moves in the middle of the hideout.
He was just standing out there on Congress, like just talking to people walking down the street. It was so weird.
Did anyone give him like an "Eat Here" sign or something? He's like, what the hell's that guy doing?
He was
Get an apartment complex down there.
He was totally greeting everyone. Like, and you said doing his moving really
Doing
very
his little
quickly.
kung fu's.
man, but I think that, I mean, on the podcast a lot, we talk about traveling and planes and everything else, and I have the opinion that we travel a lot, but it pales in comparison to what a musician does. I mean, like the day before he was here, he was in Banff, Canada, like the night before, and then he just flies here, like just no big deal. Was there a shout out to Banff in the back? I can't ever say Banff. Is that how you say it?
Nightcrawler,
It's
right?
like Nightcrawler teleporting, right? Is that where he ends up? Is in your fucking city every time he teleports?
Where do you live? I live in Thwack.
How do you spell that? BAMF?
BAMF.
BAMF?
FF.
BAMFF?
N.
BAN.
Oh,
Banff.
Looks like a typo.
I thought it was BAMF. It was gonna be like, what town do you live in? The one that says badass motherfucker on it. And a more badass another fucker. I'm tired.
It is 10 a.m., guys.
No, it's 10:25.
Okay.
So speaking of planes, gonna talk about plane disasters. Sorry for all the travelers.
No one's getting on a plane tonight or tomorrow, are they?
Hey! Good luck.
Let's talk about escalators, everybody.
We were.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
We were talking about how backstage we were talking
Wow.
about how strange it is that part of that Malaysian Airlines flight was found at how did Dan say it? Reunion.
Dan's just being
Reunion.
fancy, apparently.
So that's been like I've been trying to keep up with this as much as possible while.
So they found a bit of
while
the wing,
being here.
right?
A flaperon.
Flaperon.
Which I
That's
guess.
a made-up part.
Yeah, which I'd never heard that term before. I guess it's the part of the plane that's like a flap and an aileron.
So they were able to link it specifically to that plane, though, right? Or was it just they linked it to the kind of plane?
Well, initially they linked it to the kind of plane, but that was the only plane unaccounted for in the
Okay.
Indian Ocean.
With a
And then-
flaperon.
Yeah, eventually they associated it, I think, specifically with that plane.
So how far off course was it?
Well, it was essentially, they found it just east of Madagascar.
Just east of Madagascar. Okay. It's amazing how much of my geography from the world comes from playing video games or
Or
Risk.
Risk.
Yeah. Yeah. So somebody got 2 armies and a flaperon for occupying Madagascar that day.
So did it just wash up? Is it floating?
Yeah, can you imagine? Like you're on the beach, like sunning yourself, and that fucking part of a plane comes up.
How does it float? What's it made of? Isn't it metal?
How does it float? Does planes float on water?
Dude, we talked about this the other day. Like, Gavin said something dumb in the Greek mythology Minecraft Let's Play we did. And at this point, I just agree with him, because he's fucking right so often. It's,
Yeah, I mean, like,
it's so frustrating, because he says it in the weirdest damn way possible, but 9 out of 10 times he's actually right. And it's like, all right, fine, I'm the asshole, so I agree with you now.
I'm just annoyed
Just
at this
start
piece
saying
of
stuff
plane
and I
that's
agree
flying.
with
Like, I swim in the ocean, I drop my sunglasses, I never see them again. How does
Now
a
they're
piece
gone.
of plane fly around?
Well, your sunglasses don't fly.
It's true, they don't have flaperons.
If planes can float in the air, they can float in the water.
That's how physics works.
It's called logic, Gavin. Just use your brain.
What was the Greek mythology thing that he got right?
What was it?
We were arguing about
Nick
Shakespeare,
Bottom
yeah.
was talking about Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh. I think it was like the Greek god Nick.
So, what was it? There's a character named Nick Bottom.
Well, Ryan asked me to name one character from Midsummer Night's Dream, and I was like, Nick Bottom, and he was like, idiot.
Which doesn't sound like a Shakespeare character.
Nope.
Like, that sounds like, like he's like, Nick Bottom, sure, whatever. It's like, no, that's actually a character.
Sounds like a kind of
It's like
porno.
Puck. Like, okay, I get Puck. Anyway, so Gavin is actually a smart dude.
Aw, thanks, Jack.
Dude, I'm tired of people asking like, so you can tell me, is Gavin really that stupid? Gavin might be the smartest guy I work with. He is really.
You work with a lot of dumb people, though. I mean, let's.
Yeah. But I love Gavin, and like the work he does is incredible, and it just drives me crazy that people actually think you are that dumb. And I've seen you be silly before, but never like stupid.
It was fun to be silly.
It's fun to be silly. That's a new shirt. Is Emily here?
So let me tell you about the time I was at VidCon with Gavin, and he thought somebody else was his reflection. We were going up to a door, and Gavin goes up to the door, and it was a glass door, and there was another guy on the other side, and they both reach for the door at the same time, and Gavin goes, no. And then
It was a glass door. We were both moving diagonally, like as a reflection would. He was wearing the same colored shirt as I was, and then when I opened the door, it was an actual person and not me, and I was like, But
By
it
the way,
was moving.
I want to point out, the dude was Indian, so. And the best part about that was not that Gavin thought that I can understand almost in a way that the mistake happens in the moment, but for the rest of the day, I caught Gavin looking at himself in a window to make sure he was still okay.
I would like walk up to doors doing stuff that only I knew I was gonna do. So I'd walk up to the door and be like,
All right, I immediately take back everything I just said. I'm sorry.
I picture you like staring at the mirror, wanting to fight it like an animal.
my ears go up.
Yeah, like not understanding what it is that you're seeing.
Yeah.
So good on you.
Thanks, man.
That's really smart. It's not. Another thing we were talking about backstage is we were talking about this came after our taco discussion.
Tacos.
I was curious if you called anything other than tea a spot of tea. Like, could you ask for a spot of water?
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Like I've heard people say I'll have a spot of tea. Well, let's go for a spot of tea, but it wouldn't work with any other liquid, I don't think. A spot of orange juice. Doesn't sound very good.
Spot of vodka?
Spot of vodka. They were trying to figure out how many, like what is a spot? Like how many spots are in a shot?
It's just weird. Like, why is it? I see a couple of Brits over here. Why is it a spot? It's for an activity.
So it's not a unit of measurement.
Like a spot of lunch.
So you just came up with a different kind of spot.
Have you ever had a spot of lunch?
I think I have. I had a few spots of lunch in my time.
Okay.
They taste just the same.
Fair play. I think that's the one like phrase I've caught from you. Is fair play.
Yeah, you say fair play a lot.
I will say fair play. I like that.
Yeah, it's good.
I'll take it. Here, let me read this. Want to remind everyone this episode of the podcast is brought to you by. Didn't you just do a Let's Play in Fallout Shelter?
Yeah, so Caleb vetoed a video for Fallout Shelter going up on Game Kids because I guess Fallout is a mature title, even though Fallout Shelter isn't. So me and the kids just did a thing where we bought 50 lunch boxes and opened 50 lunch boxes to see what was in it. And it was like we went through 200 cards, basically. Open that. You guys played Fallout Shelter before? Yeah. So we were just trying to figure out whether or not spending $25 for lunch boxes was worth the money or not.
Do you want to spoil it? Was it worth it?
Teddy determined that it was.
How much
But
is 50
it's not
lunch
Teddy's
boxes?
fucking money, is it?
How much does that cost? How much is that worth?
What's that?
50 lunch boxes. How much does it cost?
$25.
You just said that.
I didn't hear that.
You were asking him while he was saying it, I think.
Although with the kids in the whenever you do a Let's Play with the kids, so that one's on the Let's Play channel. That's actually the podcast Let's Play this week. Is me with the boys doing that because it couldn't go on Game Kids.
They're my favorite podcast guests.
Yeah, but I told them this is going to go on the Let's Play channel, so we don't have to act nice or like well behaved because it's going to be on Let's Play instead of Game Kids. So they were just smoking and drinking the whole time. So they're big fans of Jeff.
What's a Let's Play? They got to do that. And invariably, speaking of smoking and drinking, invariably, every night at RTX, I can't believe how quickly it gets late.
Yeah.
It's like we were out at the concert, then like out talking to people and meeting people. Next thing I know, I look at my watch, like, oh, it's 2 in the morning. Like, oh, crap, I need to be up in a couple of hours.
I saw you last night, and I said, "What are you doing?" You walked over to There's this venue that we have that's right down the road from here, and it was like 5 blocks away from where the concert was. And you walked up, and I was leaving, and you were coming in. I was like, how late are you gonna be out tonight? And you were like 3 o'clock, and I was like, 10 a.m. panel. Good luck. Goodbye.
You were laying on the ground when I walked up today.
I was trying to relax a little bit.
RTX is a weird experience because the floor becomes comfy at RTX.
Yeah.
Like, it's just nice to lie down anywhere.
I think you reach a point of exhaustion where like your definition of comfort like just gets lowered and lowered.
It's just wherever horizontal is comfort.
Yeah. You think that like those guys who you always see like in cartoons or like the stereotype of like dudes laying on like beds of nails, you think they're just really tired? And they're like, yeah, this is comfortable, this is fine.
Close enough.
Let's lay on some nails for a bit.
Here's how I know Gus is really tired, is that a dude over here just yelled something out, and Gus didn't tell him to shut up. That's the first time I think that's ever happened.
I didn't even hear it. But yeah, when you walked up to, I have a tendency to be very, very direct with people. So like when you walked up to the music venue last night, you were like talking to people outside, being very nice. And I was like, I just opened the door. I said, Burnie, stop right now. Get in here.
I'm a logistics nightmare because it's like when you get. So what happens is, so, one person says, "Oh, hey, Burnie, can I get a selfie with you?" And then it's like, as long as you keep moving, you can actually get to where you're going. But if we stop, we just literally would be there. You could be there for 2 or 3 hours. I actually did that last year. I stood in one place for 3 hours on the floor. But like going into the thing, there was like a group of like 30 or 40 people out there, and you can get through 30 or 40 selfies pretty quickly. By the way, ladies are a lot faster at selfies than guys are. I don't know why that is. You guys are like professionals. Because it's like a guy, it's like, hey, Burnie, can I get a picture? It's like, yeah, sure. You got to go through all steps. Let me turn on my phone. All right, here we go. Oh, it's facing the wrong way. Oh, here we go. I just shut it off. Hold on a second. Here we go. It's like a girl walks up, lady walks up. It's like, Burnie, can I take a selfie? They're like, great. Bam! And then it's out. Just like, it's amazing. And she's got like 50 pictures, and she looks better in all of them than I do. So, but yeah, so I'm a nightmare when it comes to that because like I like block doorways and like people are trying to get me somewhere, to a room like this one, and it's like I'm just sitting in the elevator lobby taking a bunch of photos and stuff like that. So Gus is like, opens the door to the Paramount and goes, Burnie, get in there. You put that camera down or I'll knock it out of your hands.
I did say that. I forgot about that. And then I think I said, you all have 0% chance of getting in here. You're better off just leaving.
So mean.
God.
I didn't want them wasting their time. They were just standing there.
Wasting their time what? Liking you? Yeah. Mission accomplished.
I don't know. They could be doing something else.
It's always such a logistical problem, too. I don't know how we deal with it because, like, we've tried to work with the panel lines every possible way. Like, the rule this year is, like, no lining up until an hour before the panel. But you can't, like... Yeah, right? But it's like... You can't stop people from like existing, so they just kind of like swarm like sharks waiting for the fish to die or something. They're like, and it's like we can only push the zone of you can't line up here back so far. Eventually, it's gonna be like people be lined up in Dallas waiting for something.
It's like what if the line never stopped moving? Right, like they weren't lined up, but there was a line that was just circling, waiting, or like it was a big conga line, and everyone's just like dancing, waiting for like the 1 hour point. And it's like,
you just choose like the middle of the loop and just pull it in, and then that's where the line goes.
I actually like that idea. What if we just ran all the panels all day long, and we all sit up here for 8 hours for different panels, and then just a line just walks through.
And they catch one question.
They see part of the.
Do you think you could do that? Do you think if you had, like you said, you had a block of people, literally like a square city block, if you were in the front of that line, say, just follow me. Okay, here's the end of the line. Okay, you just follow them, and just see if you could actually make a circle of people without them knowing.
You guys are awful.
Without them knowing.
It's so harsh, like they don't know what they're.
But no, I wonder if that's possible. How long would it take before they figure out? We can't do it with this crowd now, so don't come back next year.
We've already established they won't.
They're not going to.
Yeah.
I think they did something similar at like royal funerals. Like you can't have everyone come to the Queen's funeral, so you just kind of walk through it in a big loop. Just walk by the coffin.
So you can go to it.
Well, I mean, you can go to it, you just can't stop.
Oh, I see.
It's a little different.
Yeah. It's like your arm reaching out, and he's high-fiver and just keep walking. Thanks, Queen. Wow.
It's like the version of the British Marathon. They slap a number on you. There's people handing out Gatorade, spots of Gatorade.
Would you hype? Would you high five the dead queen just to say you've done it?
No.
Yeah, I would.
Well, maybe if it was a queen.
Give me
yeah,
a dead
yeah.
queen
What
right
do you
now. I'll
mean?
do it right here.
Where's royalty?
Can you get a photo? Can you get a selfie?
She could hold it.
She'd still probably be faster than me at taking one.
Bam, and she's out.
So, what have you seen that you like so far at RTX? Have you seen anything you like so far at RTX, Gavin?
Just the people.
The people?
Yeah.
That's
Hey.
It's a cop-out answer, but it's true.
I was gonna say that's a pandering answer. Just looking for applause.
Love you.
What about you, Jack? Don't say the people.
I got to play. Well, yeah, people obviously is number one, and then I got to play Assassin's Creed Syndicate. That game is really cool. And then we're playing today actually. Achievement Hunter is playing Funhouse in Rainbow Six Siege. So what's that? Is that noon? I think.
Yeah.
Noon or 2. I don't know, something like that. It's on your schedule. You should go check it out. It's
Like
gonna be a lot of
12:30
fun.
or something.
So yeah, that game is awesome.
So you played Siege already?
Yeah, yeah.
Does it feel Rainbow Sixy?
Yeah, yeah. We did Terror Hunts, which is their new version of Terrorist Hunts, and Jeff is terrible. Like there's literally there's one person has like a bomb diffuser, and you need them to go to every point to kind of defuse the bombs. It was the 4 of us in the basement at the bomb, and Jeff was literally on the roof. I was like,
Guy?
what the hell? And then he died his way back down. So.
I played a bit yesterday on Center Stage also, and the group was talking. They're like, all right, how do you want to do this insertion? Let's go to the roof. And I said, I feel like my character is afraid of heights. I feel like he shouldn't want to get on the roof. Like, no, we're gonna do a roof insertion. And I was like, okay. We get up on the roof, and I immediately fell off. And I said, I was right. I was like, this was what he saw in his vision. He knew that he did not belong up there on the roof. You all forced this on him.
Did they leave in the ability to turn upside down on a rope?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like the
Yeah.
actual Rainbow Six mechanic.
Yeah. You would flip upside down and do headshots through the window. It's fun. There's a guy with a sledgehammer just bust through walls and doors. Pretty much you can go through anything. It's great.
I'm excited. I've been waiting for a Rainbow Six game for a long time.
Well, did they just announce Crackdown 3, or have they previously announced
They
it?
just announced that at Gamescom.
No, they announced it like at E3 last year.
That they were gonna be
showed
doing
it
it?
off this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a trailer at E3 last year.
Okay.
So when's it coming out?
I don't think
Anybody know?
they said.
They haven't said?
After
Yeah.
today.
Sometime in the future.
They were showing off a lot of the crazy, full destructible environment demos I saw. Like, the demo I saw, had a guy, shooting at a wall, shooting a big circle, and then the part in the middle falling out of the wall.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy too? It's and it's not just video games, but it's weird to me that a really, really mediocre or crappy sequel to something doesn't destroy your enthusiasm for it, as long as the original thing was good. Like people are super stoked about Star Wars 7, even though there was 3 movies in between that everyone was kind of
That wrecked your emotion.
Yeah, Crackdown 2 was not
I
that
like
great.
Crackdown 2.
Did you?
No.
Yeah.
Nah, it was
No,
dumb.
it was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, voted.
Sorry,
Sorry.
guys.
No, this is 3 out of 4 panelists agree. Yeah, but it doesn't kill your enthusiasm for the franchise, right,
No,
guys?
super, super excited about it.
Yeah, me too, because Crackdown was such a good game.
Well, any game where you can jump really high is a great game.
You budding video game developers take note. So a high jump game would be the best game ever to you?
I honestly have less fun in games where you can't jump.
We were playing Groovy.
So you hate racing games.
Yeah, I do. I hate racing games.
Anybody get a chance to play the Ruby Grim Eclipse here on the floor? Yeah. It's so much fun to play as characters, but that was the one note that I gave is these characters got to be able to jump really, really high, and double jump or quadruple jump if that exists.
Did you
Keep hitting A.
Did you go by the Pony booth? The guys who do Collaborate Kingdom?
You know what? I'm gonna admit something. The way that RTX has grown this year, and my panels going back and forth, I have not been on the convention center floor.
Yeah.
This is a weird year for RTX to me because I haven't been to the convention center. I'm planning to go sometime today.
Man, so they gave us the coolest swag I've ever seen. They made shirts for Ryan, Michael, Gavin, and myself. It's the Berry Bros, and it's our characters from the game.
Really?
Yeah, and I think they might have some for sale down there. I'm not sure, but anyway, it's holy crap. I was like, oh, this is a cool show. That's us. That's awesome. No, I mean, then Star Wars down there. It's so weird that how we've established relationships. We love the Star Wars guys, and my dumb face is in a PS4 game right now, and I'm on the Wii U. That's awesome. This is a weird life we live.
Anyway, they're gonna be in another game pretty soon. I'm not sure if we can talk about what it is. We were emailing. You're in charge of that, so.
Oh yeah. Can we talk about that?
I don't know.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure if we can talk about the game they're going to be in, so we'll be sure to ask the IDAR developers if we can talk about it later.
Yeah.
So
We'll talk to IDAR whether or not if the next patch will be in the game.
There's also, I don't know if you saw, there's also Butt Sniffing Pugs is out there.
Oh yeah.
Which was probably my favorite game from E3.
Yeah, you use the tennis ball to control. I just spent I played it for like 4 minutes. I spent the entire 4 minutes trying to dump on a plate.
Meg told me that you dumped on the plate and then took a selfie of your dog next to it on the plate.
Yeah. I mean, it takes precision to land the poo perfectly in the middle of the plate.
I didn't play it at E3, but I'm gonna try to play that game today because
You
it's like I was watching somebody else play it and just like trying to find time to do it. But we're gonna be back at 2 weeks. We're gonna be back at PAX Prime doing pretty much the same thing we did at E3. We're gonna be hosting the YouTube booth at PAX Prime in Seattle. So if you're in Seattle, come by and see us. Or you can find us on YouTube. If you don't know what YouTube is, what the fuck are you doing here?
What about you? What's your favorite thing you've seen so far?
What's that?
What's been your favorite part so far of the show?
Oh man, I mean it's I've been to so much stuff, but really my favorite thing is the Murder at RTX that Josh Flanagan has set up. That thing's incredible, and if you have not had a chance to go through that, you should absolutely go through that because it's like a really unique experience where he set up with like there's these zones where it'll activate your phone and everything. It's like this AR game that he built that's very much in the spirit of 10 Little Roosters and now the trailer that they just released for 11 Little Roosters. You can cheer all you want. I'm not in it. I really don't care that much. But Murder at RTX is really fantastic, and Josh has put so much friggin' work into it. It's all paid off. Like the set, he's got like sets all over the place that are just amazing, and the dude has not slept. So.
No, it blew me away. You know, I thought the concept was really cool, but then actually seeing the execution was a whole other thing. It's unbelievable. They did a great job with that.
Yeah.
People that are way more talented than me.
Yeah, I gotta point out, Josh Flanagan was like 4 years active duty war zone in Iraq. I'm like, how you doing? He goes, I haven't got any sleep in 2 days. I'm like, get some sleep, dude. Don't want you going on a rampage.
Jesus.
But yeah, seeing all the different things. Like I don't know, like they have like weird period furniture, like from like looks very Victorian. I'm like, how did you find this stuff? Like where did you even go and be like, I want an old couch? Yeah, and not like a shitty Craigslist couch, like a cool old couch. Like everything's amazing, so well done. Jack, have you done it yet?
I've got 1499 of 1502 puzzle pieces. I'm so close.
Ooh.
So if you have your DS, whip it around right now. I'm trying to get more puzzle pieces. Sorry,
I did
I'm that nerd.
With puzzle pieces where you know when you get them all, they will release other puzzles. You know that, right?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay, what's the max number of puzzle pieces right now?
No. They release other puzzles as they release new games.
But I'm about to hit the top right now.
Until they release a new one.
Yeah. Well, it's like getting all the achievements and they add more onto it. So.
Yeah, but then you feel compelled to go get those?
Yeah, absolutely.
I do too. But what I did with my DS was like, I was like nuts about street passing back when I like stood outside of Gus's houses and spied on him at night. And I think there was like 800 puzzle pieces and like 20 puzzles back then. And I got to the max, knowing that they were going to put out more, and I literally, as soon as I hit it, I was like, shut my DS and threw it away, basically. Because it's like,
chuck it against the wall.
Yeah, I mean, it'll never end. You'll be doing that forever.
Yeah.
But this place is a gold mine for street passing.
Yeah, conventions are always good. Like PAX is always good. RTX is amazing for it.
Well, what's the range on it? Like, you just get in the front few rows?
It's weird. I've literally laid DSs on top of other ones and not picked up street passes.
He's picking one up right now.
So if you sprinted down one lane and came back the other, would you get more?
Probably. I don't know, maybe not.
Do it! This is the only time you'll ever see Jack run. Oh no. Oh, he's going. Yeah, look at him go.
So, when he gets to the back of the room, we fire him, right?
Yeah.
Just keep running, Jack.
Straight through the door.
Run home. Do not come back.
What's funny is that this is Jack's life right now. Look at him go.
What's funny is he's probably already got 10 street passes at this point.
It's such a funny sight.
I could not run that far.
I think what's funny is that was Jack's version of a sprint.
You did it.
All right, let's see how many I got.
Let's see the results.
How many?
I like
got-
it. Jack got a round of applause for running what is the equivalent of about a 1/10 of a mile.
It's just gonna say error.
Yeah.
How many did you get?
Got some steps in there too.
1.
Yeah, who was it? I bet it was Katie.
I didn't think I'd ever say this, but maybe you were too fast.
It's True Blovol? True Bluevol?
Hey. The dude's like 2 feet away.
He's from South Carolina.
Oh God.
You got nice hat, dude. That's a good hat. The one you have. Would you beat the monster game to get that? Yeah.
He's been playing Pokemon Alpha Sapphire.
Ooh.
So, you know, when you set up your
He's
me
playing
in there,
an import game called Mr. Tentacle. What is that?
when you set up your me, you can, you make your me look like whatever you want, and you set attributes. And one of the things they ask you is, what's your favorite game? My me says his favorite game is System Preferences.
Yeah. Could you spend most of your time in system
No,
preferences?
it's like I was like, that's
No
funny,
new
like,
puzzle pieces. Fuck you, dude.
Maybe if you run again.
No.
You know
I've done my
how-
running for the year.
You know how when you set up one of those Miis, you can use the camera and it'll put in like a base template of what it
Right.
thinks your face looks like. It genuinely uses the biggest nose for my face. Like I thought that they would like put in some mid-range noses and then maybe you can make it absurd if you wanted to. Mine starts on the absurd one. I'm so offended.
Your sliders maxed out.
It like overlaps the mouth by default.
So it's accurate.
Yeah.
I put up pictures of you and I from last RTX up in my office the other day. Did you see them?
Yeah, you stuck a post-it over my face, right?
Much better.
God. Like the point of this story is just be an asshole to Gavin.
Yeah, that's it.
You didn't even draw anything on it. You just blocked it out. That was it. Like that was better. Like nothing was better
Yeah,
than my face.
a
What
red
game
post-it.
is that does that to you, Gavin?
What?
What game is that with the face that makes your nose?
Just like making a me on the DS.
Oh, when you make a me, you
Yeah.
made your nose
Yeah.
the biggest? That's so funny. They couldn't test for anything bigger than that. They probably like brought like thousands of people in, and it's like, well, we'll never get to this one ever.
It's like,
Does it like set your like default race to bird?
I think that killed Jack. Well, I like your nose.
Thanks, man. I like your eyebrows.
So, I love my eyebrows. So like what you talked about with the nose like being ridiculous. With me, when I do that me maker, like if I take my photo, I get the absurd eyebrows.
You do.
It's like the giant rectangles. I'm like, yes.
Like between us, if we all take our most, like Jack will get the absurd beard, I imagine.
They only have like one beard option.
Oh, really?
That's it. And it's like painted onto their face.
Yeah,
so
they
it's like
don't-
flat
there's
on.
no, like,
nothing-
3D beard.
Yeah, that's sad.
Too much work for Nintendo.
I think Nintendo's like, oh yeah, adults with beards gonna be playing all this stuff.
Every time I've seen like Gus randomly, we were having a GIF conversation the other day, and I said Just.
GIF.
I swear to God, if it's Jif, then my name is Just.
Yep. Amen.
We had some pretty good arguments on the last podcast why it should be called GIF.
I don't give a fuck.
All right.
Gus, you don't give a fuck, actually.
There you go.
Please.
But every time I've ever watched Gus do a custom character in a game, and it's an auto thing, I don't know how it knows this. Maybe there's some connection between Gus and the universe. Hit random, and the character immediately comes up and it's frowning. Every single time. Like the deepest possible frown. There it is. That's it.
I was looking at the program the other day, the RTX program, and there's that picture of Barbara and I doing like the Back to the Future pose, like looking at our watches with our glasses up, and I thought there was a misprint because I looked at the photo and I thought, oh, there's some shit like in my glasses, and I pulled it up and looked close. It's like, oh no, those are just the wrinkles on my forehead. So I'm like this, and they're like all of those ridges. I was like, oh god, that looks terrible.
Barbara also said that the boots that you're wearing in that picture didn't fit, so you like just shoved the tips of your feet into them when you're just on tiptoes.
If you look really close at the picture, you can see the boots are not actually on my feet. Like my feet were too big to fit in there, so I'm like, on tiptoes into the heels, trying to look like I'm standing normally. It was really painful. It's funny, like, you see that photo, and we like just shot that outside the back door at Stage 5. It's like we just put that stuff on and went out there. And I asked John, like, wouldn't it be easier in front of the green screen? He's like, nah, I don't want to have to deal with the green. I was like, okay.
So now you're dealing with the parking lot.
Yeah, so now he dealt with the sky, I guess.
Yeah.
John couldn't Photoshop boots on your feet? That would take like 2 seconds.
That's an excellent point.
I couldn't imagine something that would be easier to Photoshop than boots.
I'm looking for him. He's not in here. He's the one who insisted I put those fucking boots on. Might have been some kind of prank. And I had to cut the yellow suit because my feet were too big. Like I couldn't get them into the feet part, so we had to get like scissors and cut the feet off so I could even get my legs in there right.
Well, the
John-
photo turned out great.
John took a picture of Dan and I for a new slow-mo poster, and I figured it'd be like us, you know, we're not all in our lab coats and stuff. It's just our faces, like our massive, oversized faces next to each other on a poster. You can like see into the pores of our face. He had to do a lot of Photoshop to like get rid of all the gross bags under our eyes and stuff. We look haggard. We do not look good. You shouldn't buy that poster.
I was really impressed with the like the VHS tape poster that he made for RTX. Yeah. It's probably my favorite poster we have right now.
It's funny, he came up and he gave me one of the labels, and he's like, just write whatever you want on it. It's like, you know, Achievement Hunter related. So I wrote AWU and Let's Play. And then I had a Magic the Gathering, and I scratched it out. And then we ended up doing a Magic the Gathering Let's Play and releasing it since then. So anyway, you guys like the Magic the Gathering Let's Play? I think we actually disappointed people because we had a really good time doing it. Like after it was over, it was like, that was fun. We could actually do this again sometime. So we might make another one. So
Don't make any promises you can't keep, Jack.
I said might. We might. There's a chance we could make another one in the future.
It's funny. Like I think that Let's Play. Shut up! I'm talking.
There you go.
He's back!
We were in there filming it, and I think it went on much longer than y'all expected because the GoPros kept dying.
Yeah.
We kept having to like restart them. We were like, okay, we have to stop now and get the camera set up again.
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half, I think we shot total.
It's about an hour and a half.
It was fun though.
For the record, it takes Gus 54 seconds to wake up. Or 54 minutes, sorry. 54 minutes on the dot.
Well, speaking of stuff coming back, did you announce immersion stuff?
No, they announced it in the live action panel, but we're doing more immersion very, very soon.
Who are the new lab rats this season?
I don't know. I like torturing you and Michael, so maybe we'll do a continuation of torturing you and Michael. You're definitely in one of them because you have to be the lab rat in one of them. So maybe that'll be a transition episode. Should we have new lab rats? Who would be? No, Caden's engaged now. Yes, to be said. Blaine would be a very good lab rat.
Yeah. Blaine said he's up for it. He was like, let's do it.
He's in.
Blaine, there are a lot of fighting games where the characters don't wear shirts, so you might be okay.
At the animation panel, shut up! God damn it, people!
You know, it's one of the cruelest tricks of physics is that you can hear the jackass yelling, but you can't hear what the jackass is actually saying.
That's all we hear.
There was a dude, I swear, in the back corner of the Bare Naked Ladies concert last night who was just shouting stuff out literally like every 5 minutes. It was every 5 minutes, which in a 2.5 hour
That was
concert.
Tim Leftwich.
Oh my God, yeah. It was just unbelievable. I admired the dude's enthusiasm after a little while. I mean, if I could have found the guy, it's in the dark, but if I could have found the guy, I would have choked him out probably. It was driving me crazy.
At the animation panel, they also announced the partnership with Rooster Animation and Frederator.
Yeah, they have one of my favorite things ever came out of that. We now have a poster where it's Catbug meets Orf, so I'm super excited about that. Cuteness overload.
How did you miss your mouth?
I only missed a little
It's
bit.
complicated.
It's amazing.
But Gus, what's been your favorite thing that you've seen so far at RTX or done?
God, it's been crazy. I think playing Rainbow Six was awesome.
The Founders Panel was fun.
Founders Panel was a ton
Yeah.
of fun. The concert was great. I mean, I don't know. I feel really happy about the programming. I think Barbara did a great job. Thanks, Barbara. Putting it all together.
You mean when you say the program, do you mean the book or the actual like schedule?
Scheduling.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Because it was a lot. It was 100 panels over the course of 3 days in 3 different locations. She looks a little shell-shocked when I say that.
What is the most amount of panels you could have possibly seen?
Like with one person, try to do as many as possible.
As many as possible.
I have no
It's
idea.
like 5 a day for 3 days, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
15.
Sunday's a little bit shorter day. You know. Why you say no?
2-hour wait.
There's other panels besides the big rooms though. There's other panels besides those. I mean, like Caden was on a panel. Nobody went to that one, I'm sure. You know. How you got engaged, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got engaged at the panel? Was it your
Yeah.
panel?
No, it was a behind-the-scenes panel, so it was all the support guys.
You got engaged on stage at the behind the
The
scenes.
most shocking part about that was I learned Caden has a girlfriend.
He's been married before.
I don't know. Caden's like a mystery to me.
Yeah.
So you get proposal at the panel. Is Caden here? Good, we can talk about him. Proposing at the panel, that's interesting approach. I don't know if I do it that way myself.
Well, because she might say no.
Or it worked out okay. You know, I just don't know. It's like, you know, oh, how'd you guys get engaged? It's like, well, we were at the B Team Achievement Hunter panel at RTX 2015, and he got up and he proposed to me. What is that too offensive to you guys? What's wrong, Caden? Was there no like minor league baseball team in town to propose during the 7th inning stretch? Was every biplane with a banner behind it rented that day or something? Oh, I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, if you love something, pursue it as hard as you can. And Caden loves to be on camera, so this worked out really well for him.
I think I saw one of the pictures of like the moment, and there's a guy in the background clapping with a horse mask on.
How did that become a thing? Like the horse mask? I feel like
I
you
don't
see
know what
it-
it's from.
I think,
Is
it's
it just
already, I think
like,
we're past the horse mask. I think that was a big thing like
is it
last
just-
year or 2 years ago.
is it just enthusiasm for horses, or is it actually from something?
Gus, will you officiate Caden's wedding if he asks you?
I think I'm gonna retire from officiating.
Really? Why's that?
Yeah. What?
Too much responsibility?
I'm still batting 1,000.
Yeah?
Yeah. So.
You just don't want anyone to get divorced?
Right. I don't want to break my streak.
I like the
Nice.
still.
So you
I'm
saying
still.
you don't have faith in Caden?
No, just in general.
Oh, okay.
That was not directed specifically at Ken. I had already been thinking about it before that. Like I think I'm just gonna put a moratorium on it.
I've got your autograph on our wall. We've got our marriage certificate framed, and you're on there. Gustavo Sorola.
I feel like such a fraud. It's like as long as you have confidence and you act like it's okay, then yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
Do you make any money from that, or do you just do it for free?
I do it for free.
Oh.
Because it's not like I go out and I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Moonlighting.
I'm curious now, Gavin. What would you charge to do that for your friends?
I'd do it for free. We're just
So the way
I just imagine Gavin going, "Oh, what an honor! I'd love to be there on your most special day. That's going to be $500."
So when we got married, we had our actual wedding a different day than our reception, just because we wanted to be married on 11, 12, 13, and then we had a reception the Saturday. Was it my mom or my uncle came up to you at the reception? So it was like that's where we had like 300 people there having dinner and stuff. And I think my mom came up to you. She said, "Gus, would you like to say the prayer before dinner?"
I was so confused. I was like, no.
Yeah, and it's like. So anyway, we had a relative come and do that.
Yeah, I didn't make the connection at all. I think it was later. It might have been your dad. It was like they were just confused. They thought you were an actual like an actual priest. I was like, oh God.
That was forbid.
When was the last
Sorry.
time you said said a prayer? Do you think?
What?
When was the last time you said a prayer?
The last time I said a prayer.
Like a legitimate one, not like your car's, like brakes lock up or something like that, and you say a prayer really
Man.
quickly.
Jesus,
that kind of
Jesus,
thing.
Jesus.
I know. Yeah.
Might have been like when I was a kid. I don't know. Maybe like when I was like 14, 15, somewhere around there.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you had to give the prayer before dinner, and we said you have to right now, what would you do? Just wing it.
I think I remember it. My grandmother used to always pray before dinner.
Rub a
every
dub
time.
dub. Thanks for the grub.
Yeah, I think I could fumble my way through it.
Really?
Yeah, if it was like, do it now or we're gonna kill you. Like I think I could get through the.
I would have paid
prayer.
$500 to see Gus give an impromptu prayer in Jack's wedding. That would have been incredible.
No, please don't. No, it's not gonna happen. It's funny. I grew up, on the border, and we grew up very Catholic, going to church every week, and Bible school and all of that stuff. And I don't remember any of it.
Really?
Yeah, it has not stuck. It's been a long time since I've set foot in there. They're plotting something now. I think this involves me saying a prayer. Okay.
What's the
We were
choice?
sidebarring over here. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Okay.
Discussion.
I'm trying to convince Jack to run around the auditorium one more time.
I got 5 this time, not moving. Fuck that. Not running anymore.
We were talking. We don't typically at the Rooster Teeth podcast panel take questions from the audience. Not typically. Not till like if we do, it's like very, very end. But this has been actually a good year for RTX and questions, I think. So
The questions have been impressively good.
yeah.
They've been
So
a
you
lot
want to
better.
open it up a little bit early this time?
Yeah,
You have an
let
ad
me
read?
read this, and then if you want to line up, we'll ask questions in just a bit.
Before you read that out, in all seriousness, we do want to say big shout out, congratulations to Caden and Val for getting engaged.
Good save.
What's that?
Good save.
I'm going to read the ad, and then we'll do some questions. Want to remind everyone, this episode of the podcast is also brought to you by... We got a lot of people lined up. There's a lot of people in line.
I like that there's people
Oh,
leaving.
my pants. You want to see my pants? I got these pants from Truck
There's
Club.
people leaving who just wanted to hear that ad.
Do you know what I haven't seen here that I saw a lot of VidCon is those things you stand on.
I was thinking about
and
the same
roll
thing.
around. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a Segway, but without the handle bit. You just
It's
sort
like a
of-
sideways skateboard with only 2 wheels.
Does anyone have one?
Anybody go? No?
I saw someone on one of those in the exhibit hall before it opened on
really?
Friday morning.
I really want to play on one.
It looked cool.
Yeah.
Seems like it's a perfect way to break your ankles.
Jack
Roll it
rolled.
underneath.
Let's start over here.
Hello.
What's up?
First off, thank you, Guardians, for everything you've done this weekend. However, to those select few who can't tell what an orthopedic hand crutch is, fuck you. And I'm done.
I didn't even hear it. So I want to remind Gus that it was my idea to open up the questions early. I had a good run on the podcast, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
My question is for all of you guys. It's $1 million butt question.
Oh,
Okay.
not
So,
Let's hear it.
$1 million, straight up cash. You get
It's a lot of
it
money.
a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. But Gus Sorola has to do an ad read for you every morning you wake up for the rest of your life. I'm not
I want to
done.
remind
I'm
you,
not done.
this day is brought to you by $1 million.
And then, randomly throughout the day, he gets to pick. He has to do one more ad read. Random. He gets to pick.
Like,
So it's $1 million the rest of your life,
The rest of your life, Gus has to do ad reads
not
for your
Gus's life. So it could be like a zombie Gus.
Exactly.
Rooster Teeth.
Day brought to you by brains.
So can he interrupt anything? Like if I'm having
Anything.
some
He gets to
lovely
pick.
intercourse, he can
That's exactly why I wanted to ask you.
A spot of intercourse.
spot of intercourse.
This moment of intercourse is brought to you by Netflix.
You're switching positions, and Gus like, let me read this first.
30 seconds.
I would absolutely do that.
Yeah, I'd take it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
think
would take
so.
$1 million only because I'd get $1 million and it would make Gus's life so much harder.
That's true.
I just want to say, you hear that, potential sponsors
Yeah.
for the podcast?
You know, if
I'm
you
worth
do,
$1 million for an ad read.
yeah.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. I was wondering if you could go back to any point in the last 5 years and tell yourself
When we hired
some-
Joel. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
and tell yourself something, give yourself like some advice or like a warning, like at any point, what would that point be and what would the thing you tell yourself be?
I already made that joke. You don't get to like, what are you, a fucking echo? So the question was, would we go back in time and we give ourselves advice?
What advice would
Yes.
you give yourself 5 years
like
ago?
about anything that you have experienced in the last 5 years you want to tell yourself about before it happens?
Let us answer the fucking question. Dude. We're the ones with the mic.
I don't know, lottery numbers.
So you'd go back in time 7 minutes and stop Burnie from opening up the questions, right?
I'd go back in line 5 hours and stop that guy from getting in line.
There we go. He actually would use that opportunity to do that.
That's how we would burn it.
Yeah.
I'd go back 5 years and invest in Mojang or something. I don't know.
I'd go back 5 years and tell myself to let someone else organize RTX. let Barbara do it a lot earlier.
Yeah, nothing. I did everything perfect.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Good.
We're
Good.
doing good. How are you doing?
This question is specifically for Gus, but it could be about one of you. Gus, you seem to be the self-proclaimed guru of efficiency around the office. We've heard you talk several times about getting your emails in certain orders and people not responding on time. So what is the most inefficient thing you've ever seen anybody do at the office?
Have you seen Gavin's desk?
Man, I don't know.
Hire Joel Heyman.
Everything is like that. I think, the biggest thing that drives me crazy at the office, and it's going to sound really dumb, is the inefficiency of the bathrooms.
This is going to be, by the way, the next 30 minutes of our podcast. So just,
There's no bathroom in the building. If you want to go, you have to walk outside to use the bathroom there, which now we have so many people is typically full. So when you walk in and that one's full, you have to walk back out of that building and into a different building to go look for a bathroom there. And if that one's full, then you have to walk out of that building and go to another building to find people.
How many times have you gone through all three buildings?
I normally just go straight to the last building,
Okay.
which is the furthest one away. So that's the most inefficient thing. The fact that I have to get up, walk really far to go to the bathroom, and then walk back, and then it's awful.
I don't think that's true. I think there's tons of bathrooms in the building. You just have to be creative.
If you each had a different job to work within Rooster Teeth, what would it be and why?
Oh my god.
Is
Can I
this-
just talk about like
does
whose
this
job do we envy?
Does this job have to exist, or could it be one we make up?
No, it has to exist. Like someone else has to already be doing that job.
So we're firing somebody too?
No. You're just.
This question just got a lot better.
I do something in broadcast. I think those guys are awesome. Like I love all those guys. Patrick and Cole and all of them are great.
And
I would love to do
Mariel.
something. I'm Mariel. Sorry.
Hey,
So-
did you say Cole?
Yeah. Oh, you jumped ship now. There he is. Oh, you run, Cole.
Traitor. R.I.P.
Yeah, I would probably be an animator in the animation department because that would mean I would have talent.
Yeah, I was
That'd
going
be
to say the same.
Yeah.
I'd be Patrick Rodriguez, specifically.
Very, very specifically?
Yeah.
Patty? All right.
Hey guys, just want to say shout out to my friend Meghani in England who can't come in.
Oh.
Mute
And,
that.
Yeah, you gotta know that was coming.
I just want to say, have you guys ever had like a juicy story that you wanted to hold back? Like this is not the right moment. I gotta save this for later. Cause like any stories I've been, or you just like, this happened like about 5 minutes ago and I just said it. Like
Yeah,
it
well, I
got
had
sent
this
to the
great
podcast.
story about this chick in England, but no, I don't want to tell it because you just shouted her out, so that'd be super awkward.
Whatever, dude.
Frequently, stuff will happen to us, and we'll intentionally not tell each other. Like I've had Burnie many times come to me and say, "You're not gonna believe what happened to me yesterday." I said, "What happened?" He goes, "I'm not gonna tell you until we're on the podcast on Monday."
Yeah. I sat on that Star-Lord thing that happened at Comic-Con until we got to the founders panel. That was awful, that story. I just felt like the oldest person on the planet. That wasn't a juicy thing though. That was all, I was old, so I felt all dry and dusty. But we have a rule at the company which is anybody can veto anything. So it's like if we don't want people to stop when they're on camera because like, oh, there's a camera here, I shouldn't do something, I should censor myself. We give people the ability to do that after it's done and edited and everything like that. So that people can say like, they'll feel free to act like themselves or ridiculously on camera, and then later on, if it's really over the top, they can pull it back. So it's only happened like once or twice, and Blaine with $1 Million Butt is like violating that policy constantly. It's like, hey, there's a new version of new cut of $1 Million Butt. and it's got like Gavin in bed with Meg, so he should check it out. And Burnie, you're masturbating in the shower, so make sure if you think it's appropriate. Like, great, where can I see it? He goes, it's on YouTube. So, thank you for that, Blaine.
So Gus, I've been wondering about your passion for the misfortunes of aviation, I guess. And I was wondering why you got into that kind of stuff, and would you ever want to get your pilot's license one day so you can avoid as much people as possible?
I really want to get a pilot's license, but Esther will not let me take flying lessons because she's convinced all single-engine planes always crash.
No.
Which, I guess they kind of do a lot, but
They do.
Yeah, so she doesn't want me learning how to do that because she's just afraid that I would hurt myself in the process. I really want to. That's why I play flight simulators so much, and even when I'm on the plane.
But you could just jump out. Parachutes.
So,
Go ahead. What were you saying?
so like, let's say I'm taking my flying lesson, and
Yeah.
The engine stops. Just jump out.
What? Isn't that what people do?
When's the last time you heard about that happening?
Jump out of a plane and do what?
Just float down. What do you mean?
Land? Just like spread your arms?
Is that not an option?
I think it's typically very difficult.
I can imagine just like a red light coming on. You're like, I have no idea what that is.
It's like
Gavin, I vouched for you earlier in this panel.
the red light is the everything's
Sorry, Jack.
okay light.
We killed that right away. So Jack, let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
You're a married man.
I am.
Gus gets a pilot's license. Would you fly with Gus?
Yes.
I would fly with Gus as well.
I'd be a
I
good
absolutely
pilot.
would.
Of all people, I know Gus is going to scrutinize everything so much that if it's not safe for him, he wouldn't. I mean, or he wouldn't get in it if it wasn't safe for him. And I know he values his life more than mine. So
Yeah.
I would be
Yeah.
okay.
You're talking about the guy who said he would shoot himself in the face at the age of 40 because he's really old.
Is he 40 yet?
So close. But to get into why I got into it was air travel is so safe that when there is an incident, it's very unusual. So I'm always very curious to know what is it, like what are the circumstances that led to this very unusual thing happening.
And
So that's it.
What kind of plane would you buy if you could?
What kind of plane would I buy?
Like a single-engine small plane, like a Cessna or something like that.
Why there? I'd go to Gulfstream, man.
All right, so this question is directed to all of you, assuming it applies. What is your favorite first-party Nintendo title and like franchise? And if there's sequels, which one's the best one?
Favorite first-party Nintendo franchise?
Well, I mean, Super Mario 64 was my
Yeah.
all-time childhood favorite game.
I think for me,
And I would definitely play the sequel, Super Mario 65.
it may be blasphemy, but I was not as much of a fan of Mario 64 as I was of Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo.
Really? Is that the Yoshi one?
Yeah, that's where yeah.
They introduced Yoshi for the first time?
For me, that one was great. You know, they kind of expanded on the idea. And, you know, in Super Mario 3, they had, like, the overworld map, and you kind of choose levels. But in Super Mario World, they really, like, opened that up even more. So I think that was probably my favorite first-party Nintendo game.
Yeah. I think the Legend of Zelda, the Super Nintendo Legend of Zelda.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Really, really good.
Is A Link to the Past?
Yeah, Link to the Past.
So good.
So I mean, after Super Nintendo, I kind of like veered away from Nintendo stuff. So I really, I didn't do GameCube or Nintendo 64 or anything like that. I went PlayStation and, Xbox and sorry.
There's actually a re-release of Link to the Past on the 3DS, and there's actually a lot more content that was added.
Cool.
So you should probably check that out.
I will check that out. Thank you.
But also, could you guys sign my shirt at the end of the panel?
We can do after, yeah. Sure.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks. To welcome the Nintendo marketer to the panel.
So, Jack, there seems to be a new addition to the Tower of Pimps.
Yeah. So Joel signed the Tower of Pimps.
What? 3 years ago, he tried to do it, and he finally did it?
Yeah, he finally did. He finally grew the balls to sign the Tower of Pimps.
I think it took him 3 years to learn to spell his own name. Is what it took.
Retribution will be swift and painful.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
Did he sign it like huge? Like how big?
So the blocks are 1 meter cubes, like they're life-size blocks, and he filled up at least one side. I don't know if he signed all 4, but I know he signed up at least one of them. Just one? Okay. So. Yeah.
Jack's not kidding either. He was backstage. He was pitching ideas for what did you Joel? We could do this one thing and make it look like we're doing this actual thing to Joel, but we're not. We're doing something else. But it looks like we're doing the actual thing. And I said, why don't we do the actual thing instead?
And then, but the thing I have in mind will make Joel not want to work at Rooster Teeth anymore.
That's why I want to do it.
So, yeah. Thank you.
Gavin.
Yes.
So, I want to hear about your transition from British to an American accent, and I was hoping we could get a preview.
He won't do it. He won't do it. I promise he won't do it.
Gavin, say, let's go to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger.
No, I'll say one word. Ass.
So, just for reference, say it with your British accent.
Well, it's a different word, really. Arse. Yeah.
Ooh.
There you go.
That's the exact same word.
He's an arse.
There's an R in that.
Cool or call? Over there.
Any plans to do Gavin or Google today?
I think we forgot.
Would you bring the questions? We just did
I
it
could
recently
think-
on the podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just did it recently.
Gavin or
so-
Google is something that's a lot of fun. We did it in the panel last year. It's one of those things we just want to like beat it to death. So we just kind of do it whenever it strikes our fancy. Also, it's like, the world is only so stupid. So, we constantly have to top how stupid the world is. So you got to give them some time to really generate some good material.
It's hard to be stupider than the world.
It is difficult to be stupider than the entire world.
Fair play.
All right. First, Jack, I got all your puzzle pieces right here if you want them.
Oh, there you go.
But there's a lot of kids that get into your channel and everything. I've always thought, they get into computers and electronics well after the first iteration of these products. What product would you like younger generations to go back and have to use like the original one of? Just once or twice in their life, just to see what it was like.
The internet?
Yeah. I'll say
the original internet would be good.
The original internet.
Yeah. It's like how many people in here used Encarta to research something? Yeah. Stuff like that is, man. What? Exactly. Encarta is basically Wikipedia before it existed.
Yeah.
Wikipedia, you could fit it on a CD.
Yeah, it was on one. I think there was like 3 or 4 CDs.
Man.
Yeah, no, I would say probably getting anybody was born after the year like 95 to like see what life is like without a mobile phone, I think. And that's not even that old. I mean, we didn't have smartphones like 4 or 5 years ago. And now, our lives are driven by this like glowing rectangle that we all carry around with us. So it's creepy. The way things are going and the way like people are just like jumping on to, the outsourcing their lives and documenting everything. It's like the Matrix doesn't seem like that crazy of a concept. It was like a super sci-fi futuristic concept. If they made the Matrix today, people would walk in. They would. They would pay to get into it. So it's crazy. So I would have people spend some time without smartphones, like 1 week, and see if they could do it.
Hey, fair enough. Thank you, guys.
Captain?
Jack? I was just wondering, what are your most anticipated games this fall?
Anticipated games this fall?
Yes.
Oof.
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4. Yeah. Yeah. Although I freaking love Rocket League, and it came out of nowhere. I did not know that game was coming out.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
We did a Let's Play the other day with Blaine and Miles and Jordan, and it was the most yelling. Like, you can't stop yourself from getting excited and yelling when you're playing that game. It's so much fun.
It's a blast. The new Doom for me. I'm excited for that one.
That's not coming out this fall, though, is it?
Is it not this fall?
Yeah,
next year. Oh shit. Fallout 4. I'm an Assassin's Creed fanboy, so Assassin's Creed, Halo 5 as well. That's gonna be awesome. So.
Rainbow Six comes out
Yeah,
this
Siege
year,
comes
right?
out this year.
Yeah, so I'm a little worried about that one because Ashley, when she was a frag doll, she was like, they had this launch event where it was at a Best Buy over the course of 3 days, and they could come and play Ashley and her gaming partner Teresa, I believe it was at the time, and they went undefeated for like 3 days. So like, Ashley's like this like world champion in Rainbow Six, going way back to when she worked at Ubisoft. So I'm a little frightened for her to get hold of that game.
Be the last you see of her.
She'll embarrass me. Yeah.
Cool.
Hi. My question is, this is my first RTX, and
It's not a question.
No, that's not the question. A lot of panels, I've noticed that there are a lot of cringe-worthy questions that come up from some of the fans, and I'm wondering.
Go on.
How,
This question can go one of two ways at this
well,
point. You're putting a lot on the line, sir.
I'm just wondering, what is your methodology for dealing with that? Like, do you not offer critique on it? Do you just answer the question and, you know?
You've never been to one of my panels, have you? My opinion is that when people step up to the mic, they watch our show, especially like the podcast or anything, you know, that we do in the broadcast division, or Achievement Hunter as well. If you step up to the mic, at that point you're part of the show, you know, and you know what we're all about, and you know, you almost have an obligation in a way that there's, you know, 5,000 people in this room, there's thousands, tens of thousands of people watching at home. You know, we just try to make it as entertaining as possible. Typically, you guys handle it differently, but typically I just shut stuff down.
Yeah, Achievement Hunter, like I typically before we start doing Q&A, I lay down the ground rules, and so that's seemed to work actually. I think
We were on a panel the other day, and a guy waited in line for like half an hour, and then got up to the mic and said, "I don't know," and then left.
Are you talking about which one are you talking about?
RTA.
RTA, yeah.
When we were doing the patch yesterday, the first person went up to the mic, asked a question, and then like 5 people behind him, there was another guy in line who was, "Fuck." I was like, "Was that the question you were gonna ask?" He goes, "Yeah."
The I don't know guy was so fascinating though, because it was like he was in line for like 25 minutes, and did he just get in line going, "I'll think of something" by the time I get up there? And then he's like 2 people from the front, he's like, "It's not happening, it's not happening." Just like makes, if you get in that situation, just turn around and ask the person behind you, "What are you gonna ask?" But I do think there's a weird thing with cringe culture, like especially online, where I actually think when people write like, "Oh, it's so cringy," it's like they can't handle it themselves. I think it's actually an expression of their own lack of self-confidence, and I don't think it's a coincidence that it's people that don't come out to live events, that are at home watching on a screen, who are like, they're the most critical of it. They're the people that indulge in that cringe culture the most. I mean, can't help but notice that. Honestly, I think it's just an expression of people's lack of self-confidence when they feel that way.
All right. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
I feel a little bad.
Why do you feel bad, Gus?
I kind of yelled at someone during the Founding Fathers panel.
Did you?
Who'd you yell at?
I think I was a little harsh on one of those question askers.
I'm sorry, Mr. Glavin, what did you say? You yelled at who?
I yelled at one of the people who asked a question at the Founding Fathers panel.
What did they ask?
He was gonna, no, it wasn't the Grim Reaper. It was a guy who came up and he was an astrophysicist and he was gonna correct our science, but he wanted to preference what he was gonna say with something else instead of preface. I was like,
I'm not listening.
I fucking tore into him. I was like, we didn't let him get into his question. I was like, no, you're not gonna go on the attack.
Yeah.
Like we'll listen, but if you come out swinging, we're gonna hit harder.
Well, it was last year at the panel when I told the story about the kid who wanted to take a selfie with me and his mom kept calling on the phone. And he ended up as a podcast story. He ended up in an RTA, and then he actually came. He lives in Dallas, and he ended up coming down with his dad to spend the day at the office. We got our picture and everything like that. So he had like a way better experience than anybody else. So if we end up with a funny story, we're actually very rewarding in that regard. I got to find that short girl from the founders panel that I insulted. She called herself short. I said she was also dumb, basically. So things happen.
Why is no one coming back next year? It's a fresh batch of people to make fun of.
This is our line shortening strategy.
Hey guys, I was wondering what all of your favorite Gavin or Google questions were.
Do you have them?
All of them ever.
They're all great.
Mine, the third
Yeah.
one, the third Gavin or Google question is
Like-
my favorite. That was the fourth one, but the third one.
What was the
Like
one?
the best moments and stuff.
The do babies float?
Yeah.
That was
It's a legit question.
that was
Mine
probably
are
my
always
favorite.
the Google ones because it just implies that there's so many people out there that are searching for that. And the one that still makes me laugh is how many buttons are in a 3-button suit. Or is it, and then there was even like, how many fingers does a person have? It's like, that's how you count. That's how you count.
Hey guys, what were you gonna ask?
No.
Clever.
It's callback.
So my question's really for Jack and Gavin, but I'm sure the other guys can answer as well. I was just wondering when you guys are going to play Minecraft online with some of the community Minecraft servers.
We've talked about, he's asking about Minecraft online, we've talked about playing Grand Theft Auto online.
We think that'd be more fun.
Yeah,
Like,
because you
we've
can do 30
invented-
people in some GTA matches, and Jeff has been coming up with some really great games to play. So
We
I
actually
think we
talked
might do
about
that.
one on the Achievement Hunter panel where there's basically a few people on bikes and everyone else is in jets. And they can't use the weapons on the jets, they just have to crash into the
Yeah.
bicycles.
So it's
And,
jets falling out of the sky
And
trying
it's
to hit people on
chaos with like
bicycles.
3 jets. So if
Yeah.
we had like 30 jets, it would be amazing. I'd love to see that.
So we're more likely to do something like that than Minecraft. Although we've been doing Minecraft PC, and I don't know if you saw the cart, what was it, the Minecraft-EO carts or whatever it was called. We're looking to do more stuff like that. So I mean, there's a chance we could be playing with the community a little bit, but no promises.
Yeah. Cool. Before I go as well, I brought these from the other side of the world, so.
Tim Tams.
Tim Tams, bring them up.
So we have about 2 minutes left. Should we enter lightning round?
Oh, lightning round. What kind are they?
Fast.
Hello.
Fast.
If you could be any character from all the different animations, whether it be Red versus Blue, Ruby, anything that you don't already voice act, who would it be and why?
X-Ray.
Bugs Bunny.
The Warthog.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite part about your job?
Getting to go to work every day with people I love.
It's amazing.
Can't be funny after that.
Hey, I flew from Perth, Australia. I'm wondering, where do you want to go that you've never been able to go so far?
Mars.
India.
London.
Other than RTX, what was your favorite convention moment?
PAX East.
PAX Prime.
I'm going to say...
Lightning round.
I'll say nothing.
Burnie, what does it take for you to greenlight a new show? Like, how do you decide?
Blowjobs.
Hi guys, I was just wondering, I came all the way from Nairobi, Kenya, and I was wondering...
Brag about it.
Yeah, I was wondering, what ratio do you think it's internationals versus Americans who come to RTX?
International's about 11 to 12%, I believe.
No, he said, what makes you think people come?
No, like I said, like how many internationals do you think you come to RTX versus Americans?
Well, there you go. That's a real answer.
Thanks.
For an aspiring writer and person who wants to work in videos,
Get a real job.
That's it.
If you could be anybody in history, who would you be?
If I could be what?
Any person in history, who would you be?
The Queen.
Elon Musk.
Burnie Burns.
Last one. Last one.
Last one. Make it good.
Fuck train has no brakes.
Oh,
and
you did it!
Here's the crazy thing. That guy will be back next year.
Shame.
Oh my
Shame.
God. I blame you two. I blame you two for being here.
I cringed.
Should we end? Shall we end on that?
Yep.
Don't fuck it up.
Oh, look, he's got a ruby shirt and an Achievement Hunter hat, it looks like.
Yes, thank you. Real quick, just general question. Bare Naked Ladies concert next year?
What's that?
Bare Naked Ladies concert next year.
Next year, Bare Naked Ladies concert.
We'll see. No promises.
No promises.
Next year, it's just actual Bare Naked Ladies.
Thanks for coming out, everyone.
Thank you. RTX, we love you.